Hello. I just want to talk a little bit about a theme that has been coming up for the past few weeks, but particularly even longer in client sessions and what I've been channeling, is that we are at like a really big end of a karmic cycle. So an end of a soul's contract. And there is like an up-levelment and the beginning of a new karmic experience, the beginning of a new soul's experience, a new contract. And so I'll give you a few examples of how this has come in. So perhaps you might be going through it or have gone through it, and this can hopefully provide you some support and an understanding in the deeper energetics of what's happening. And so what is happening, or like in one case, for example, is that you are like, you've been learning the same lesson. People have been learning the same lesson over and over and over again. And the soul is ready to evolve. You're ready to quantum leap into a new life. And what's happening is that you keep replaying these lessons that you've learned. You keep learning these same lessons over and over and over again. And keep entering into new agreements, new contracts with the same energy, okay? And so, it's kind of like, say you want to get a different role in a new job, for example. This is just coming to me right now. And you have this role at this one job, but then you have this big shiny object at another job, but it's the same role at another job, but you want top level, you want that new experience. And that's kind of like when we think about soul contracts, it's kind of like a business contract or a contract. We write contracts all the time, right? And so we have soul contracts here on earth, right? And so I'll just give you an example of how this can look like and what this can be, what you may have been experiencing recently as these contracts have come to completion, as there's a lot that has completed itself and you're ready to evolve to a new experience. So this could look like, a new relationship or a person or a thing comes in that you're kind of like at the end of this contract, of this agreement, and you're ready to move on. And this lesson comes in, or this person comes in as almost like this, where there's deep karmic connection with that feels like the thing or what you want. And it's really tricky here. But really what's happening is that this person or this thing is like the catalyst, or the thing that is like, the lesson has to be so loud at the end sometimes in order for you to get it and evolve to the new experience, to be like, okay, I'm done, I'm closing this down. And it's an opportunity to close the cycles, to regain your power back and to shift into the new cycle, to shift into the next, your quantum leap, okay? So for example, this could be like a relationship that comes in, you think it's the one, you think it's the person. This has been a couple sessions that I've had this, and what happens is that this person's actually really the lesson, that in order for you to shift and find that person that the real person, the love that you're looking for, because you've finished that off, you just had to complete it, you had to close that chapter down. And or this could be like, for example, this is interesting because there's a person that I recently had a session with that there's a lot of really deep energetics, like underlining karmic contracts, past life situations. And I was seeing a lot of past lives of theirs where this same thing was happening, and this person was carrying this responsibility in this lifetime with this person. And they felt that if they were to leave or end the relationship, I'm just giving you an example. This could be like a family, this could be a spouse, this could be a partner, this could be a friendship. Like if this person felt so responsible for this person's life, for example, because of this past life experience and karmic connection, that they felt like if they released it, if they moved on, that it would be like a death, for example. And so they were carrying a lot of this really heavy responsibility and a lot of deep fears around leaving the friendship relationship. I'm not going to share the details because of this past life that had happened between the two of them. And part of this was to reset and to make that shift and to make that change. But however, it felt really scary. It felt scary to leave because there was a lot of, energetics in this lifetime with that relationship, but there's also a deeper underlying rooted issue that I was picking up on. and downloading and sharing with them of why it felt like this would mean a death, you know, and it's very scary. And so it's not easy to leave certain relationships when you feel like you are responsible, when you feel like you're emotionally responsible for someone. And that is the karmic lesson that you've been learning, that people have been learning. Okay. So part of that is, you know, it's like what's happening. And I just want to share that with you because I feel like a lot of people might be experiencing this too, where there's a deeper energetic to it. And so part of what you're being asked to do right now is that like, there's a lot of closure of energy. There's a lot of ending of old agreements because your soul is like, okay, close this door down, or the door is closed. You're done with this. It's time to level up. It's time to step into the new, because there's so much new that is right here. There's so many new, like there's like a new soul contract that is coming in, and or many of you might already be experiencing this, but there is a lot of endings and closures taking place, or have been taking place, because a lot of people, it's like that time is done, and now your soul, we're in a really monumental moment in our soul's evolution to evolve into the new, because there is so much new that is ready to be experienced, and your soul is here for this new experience. So if there's like a job, or this could be jobs, this could be a location, this could be, you know, partnerships, relationships, it could be family relationships that are like, you've learned the lesson with this, and now it's time to close the door. It's time to vocalize in whatever way that you need to close this karmic loop. So just ask yourself, what loops keep playing over in my life? What loops do I keep repeating, and how can I shift out of this? And you know, it's not always easy, because sometimes saying no is the quantum leap, and that's scary. Sometimes turning something down or releasing something altogether is scary, because, or speaking your truth within, you know, whatever that may be for you, that is the closure of the loop. It doesn't always necessarily mean that you have to like let something completely go, but sometimes you need to be the one to share your truth in the experience, or speak your truth if you've always been that person, or that energetic support, or, you know, you've always kind of dimmed yourself down. The key to evolve here is to shift that. So ask yourself, what loops do you keep replaying in your life? And what are, you know, what is that catalyst that may be coming in, or you may be experiencing right now, and be like, oh, this is the lesson, because it's time for me to up level my worth. It's time for me to step in and shift that. And that is the quantum leap. That's when the miracle, that's when the thing comes in. So quite often, right before we're about to experience a major breakthrough and major change, we have that thing that comes in that you think is the thing, you think it's the manifestation, but it's really the test, I guess you could say, the test or the closure, that it's like, no, this is it. And you're going to know what that is for you. You'll know it 100% what that is, in order for you to evolve and step in and receive that bigger thing that you want. So have patience with yourself if you're moving through this. If you feel like you're being tested, that's a good thing. So it seems scary. It feels really uncomfortable when you're going through it, but it's because the up leveling is here. It's because your soul is evolving. It's ready for a new experience. So I hope this video helped, and I will speak to you all soon.